Trump's speeches in Iowa over the weekend that we looked at earlier were not his only campaign stops. Trump also gave a speech in Wolfboro, New Hampshire. During this particular speech, he had a really Trump's emotional tone always seems inappropriate to the subject matter that he's discussing. And in this clip that I'm going to play for you, Trump refers to the horrific attack on Israel by Hamas, which he referred to in Iowa as hummus. He says it was incredible. And then he just casually shifts into reading that stupid poem, The Snake, that some people in the audience, I guess, like. Trump says people like it. I don't know that Trump's crowd is a big poetry crowd, but that's a different topic. Take a listen to this. The tone is always just inappropriate.
And now it even pertains to Israel. What happened yesterday was incredible. I mean, whoa, so many people killed. I don't know if you've been here, but the number was much bigger than they reported even this morning.
Right. Always, the numbers are always wrong. Trump always has the real numbers on whatever it is that's going on.
It's a very big number, very, very big number. And vicious, too. Vicious. Young children just slaughtered. It's terrible what's going on. So this is the snake. And
it 1,000 dead. I mean, they're killing women and children. So anyway, here's the snake. Let's listen to this.
People love it, and I do it if people want to hear it. Some people have heard it, some people haven't. But we'll do it, right? On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake.
There you go. So it's like a poetry slam all of a sudden. It goes from talking about terrorism to a poetry slam. So that was weird. Trump also once again talking about voter ID, this time not doing the story about how you need a voter ID to buy bread or cereal, but confusing ID badges for ticketed events with voter ID. I mean, it all couldn't possibly be any stranger.
To the Democrat convention, they had a voter ID that was the size of this. See this? It's like this. It hung with a chain around their neck. It was a picture. I think it had every bit of information ever. You could read their biography, know everything about the person. They couldn't get into the convention without it. But to go to vote, we don't want voter ID. To the Democrat convention.
Really weird stuff. I mean, just clearly misunderstanding ID badges for events. And I don't know what that has to do with voting. But here's the really scary part. OK, so it's all a joke. It's all crazy. The speeches are bizarre. It's all wild. And yet Donald Trump continues to hold his biggest ever lead in the 2024 Republican primary essentially as of today. Trump is now polling greater than 57%. The Ron DeSantis campaign is just dying. He's dying. He's down to 12.6%. So at one point he had 31, meaning he's now lost 60% support. DeSantis has lost 60% of his support. Nikki Haley is now more solidly in third place with a shade over 7% of the vote. Vivek Ramaswamy's surge appears to be over. He's bouncing between 5 and 6. Everybody else is under 4. I don't see a path for anyone. DeSantis has to gain back the 60% he lost to even get hypothetically back into this thing. Nikki Haley needs to figure out a way to at least come in second place somewhere in order to get back into this thing. Vivek seems dead. Mike Pence never. I mean, Pence was DOA. Chris Christie, it was sort of like, do they want an anti-Trump person? Christie's polling 2, so it seems the answer is no. And then you got Tim Scott at 2. He has no path to the nomination. Doug Burgum's not even polling 1. Asa Hutchinson's polling half a point. He didn't even make it to the last debate. Who's going to catch up to Trump? There is no path for anyone at this point in time to Donald Trump. And we can only hope that the addition of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. running as an independent will hurt Trump more than it hurts Joe Biden. I believe it will, and we'll do a deeper dive on that at some point coming up. Have you seen these people search sites? It's a big data privacy problem in the United States. They publish personal profiles on millions of Americans for people to see. It's crazy. They can show your address, your internet activity, license plate can be there, even your political and religious beliefs. People buy and sell this information about you. And sometimes it's even shown online for free without you being aware. Our sponsor, Incogni, is a powerful platform that will simplify this whole process for you. You create an account on Incogni. Within a minute, they go to work getting your data taken down from these data broker databases. They'll keep you updated every step of the way. They'll handle disputes or websites that try to refuse to take your info down. It can cut down on robocalls. It can make you less susceptible to scams. Even identity theft is a risk that they can help mitigate. Folks, you do not want this type of personal information floating around out there. Let Incogni take care of it for you. The first 100 people to use the promo code Pacman get 60% off when you go to incogni.com/Pacman. The link is down below.